Hello, Masters of Destiny, and welcome to a slightly different video. We know that many of you are on your way to achieving financial success. So, we wanted to put together a list of common behaviors that often hinder progress towards financial mastery. Please take all of these with a pinch of salt and realize these are here to make you think about your current situation and what you could do to better yourself. A true master contemplates these studies and sees if there's room for improvement in their own lives. To bring you truly impactful insights, we didn't just guess. We tapped into the wisdom of our trusted mentors and a network of millionaire friends. They shared firsthand observations on the distinct daily habits that separate those still building their fortune from those who have already achieved financial mastery. Of course, life throws curveballs, and circumstances aren't always within our control. But understanding these common patterns can provide a powerful advantage. Embrace these insights, and you might just find yourself accelerating toward the life you've always envisioned. But before we begin, we put a lot of work into these videos, and if you're interested in creating your own masterpieces, we highly recommend the tool we use, Veed.io. There's a link in the description with an amazing 50% for each creator we refer, and your support is greatly appreciated. Here are 15 habits that can subtly contribute to financial stagnation, and how the wealthy often approach life differently. Number 1. The victim mentality, blaming external factors. How many people do you know that have some sort of excuse or blame other factors for not being successful? While there are indeed some things that are out of our control, 99% of your life is on you. Remember that you are in charge of your life, your relationships, and your health. You want these to change? Do something about it. Life isn't what happens to us. It's how we react to what happens to us. When something bad happens, those stuck in a cycle of poverty often choose to victimize themselves, while masters look into it, study it, and seek to find out what happened, why it happened, and how they can protect themselves from it in the future. While one assumes the position of a vulnerable victim, the other uses it as a growth point. This is called accountability, a cornerstone of the mastery effect philosophy. Number 2, the consumption trap, spending money before earning it. A critical pitfall on the journey to genuine wealth is committing funds you don't yet possess. The moment you start incurring debt or accumulating financial obligations before your earnings catch up, you risk initiating a perilous financial decline. A simple truth: if you cannot acquire something without stretching your resources or taking on unearned debt, then it remains beyond your current means. The disciplined approach of a master is to earn and then spend, recognizing that patience and the strategic deferral of desires are indispensable instruments for building lasting prosperity. Number 3, the distraction trap, excessive entertainment consumption. Consider this: if your schedule allows for endless hours of reality TV marathons, you're likely misdirecting valuable time and energy that could be invested in more fruitful endeavors. It's often striking how much time gets absorbed by passive, often meaningless entertainment. This kind of distraction has a way of ensnaring you. If you're constantly up to date on celebrity gossip, faithfully following weekly TV series, or have a preferred news channel, you're probably overconsuming to your detriment. Here's why. Celebrity buzz provides no real value to your life. It primarily benefits the celebrities themselves. Those who achieve wealth typically aspire to be the content, not just consume it. You might argue, but the mastery effect, a show like The Big Bang Theory, helps me unwind. And that's precisely the point. You're disconnecting from your challenges instead of confronting and resolving them. While John Lennon wisely noted, "Time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time," genuinely ask yourself if prolonged screen staring is truly the most fulfilling use of your precious hours. Regarding news consumption, you might contend that television keeps you informed about global events. However, we consistently observe that TV news outlets often present information with a specific bias to advance their own narratives. A more efficient and less influenced approach is to leverage the internet for a quick, objective overview of current events, then pivot swiftly back to pursuing your personal ambitions. Number 4, the spectator syndrome. Being overly invested in sports. Frankly, unless your livelihood directly depends on it, as a professional athlete or team owner, Extensive sports spectating offers little benefit if your aim is personal advancement. It operates on a similar principle to overindulging in television. It often serves as a powerful form of escape from your present circumstances. Consider this. You're placing yourself in a role where your individual contribution to the game's outcome is precisely zero. This pattern of passive observation can then extend into your broader life, transforming you into a mere bystander rather than an engaged player or a driving force. This is precisely when you might find yourself critiquing others' efforts without having taken any significant action yourself. True masters are defined by their active participation, not by merely watching from the sidelines. Number 5. The health neglect. Ignoring personal well-being. Your well-being is, without question, a cornerstone of success. Yet, we observe that many individuals who aspire to financial prosperity often show minimal interest in truly grasping fundamental nutritional principles. What constitutes wholesome food, the composition of a balanced meal, or even basic dietary knowledge. Regularly consuming highly processed items laden with excessive sugar and unhealthy fats, offering negligible nutritional value, systematically degrades your physical state. The direct consequence of this is a significant drop in your capacity to operate at your peak performance. When your health falters, every facet of your existence feels the impact. Your physical vitality, mental clarity, professional output, and even your personal relationships will inevitably suffer. For those committed to true mastery, sustaining optimal physical and mental condition isn't merely an option. It's an absolute prerequisite. Number 6. The false economy, prioritizing sale items over value. Consider this perspective. The only discounts worth pursuing consistently are on investments that grow in worth. While many who struggle financially spend their energy trying to make meager resources last, affluent individuals relentlessly channel their focus into boosting their earnings and accumulating assets. Think about it. Deeply discounted clothing often appeals most to those who couldn't justify the original cost. By always chasing sales, you might inadvertently reinforce a mindset that prioritizes saving pennies over creating real financial power. True masters understand that building wealth isn't about how cheaply you can acquire things, but how effectively you can generate more. They invest in enduring value and, crucially, in expanding their capacity to earn. Number 7. The procrastination trap, delaying action on ideas. While certain aspects of life, like your origins or societal biases, lie beyond your influence, your capacity to invest time into your aspirations is entirely within your grasp. Every individual, without exception, operates within the same 24-hour daily limit, yet the disparity in achievement is stark. By channeling your energy into continuous learning and actively applying what you discover about your true calling, your journey to success becomes inevitable. We often hear the statistic about businesses failing within their initial years. But consider this. How many ventures ultimately fail because they simply never began? The answer is every single one. If an idea sparks within you, commit to it, refine it, and release it. Seek insights, then iterate and relaunch tirelessly. This unwavering commitment to one of the most important laws, consistent action, is the definitive path to mastery. Number 8. The financial vulnerability, lacking emergency savings. A core distinction separating those grappling with finances from the genuinely affluent lies in their approach to the future. The former frequently overlook proactive financial readiness. Conversely, a reserve of capital provides both a cushion for stability and a springboard for expansion. Imagine an unforeseen crisis. With savings, the issue is often swiftly resolved, allowing you to return to your trajectory. Without them, facing an urgent situation forces difficult choices, liquidating a valuable asset, or incurring high-cost debt. The wealthy, after navigating such an event, simply adjust their robust financial standing. For the financially vulnerable, however, the fallout can devastate their lifestyle, often trapping them in debt. Now, consider a contrasting scenario, an emerging opportunity. Those with prepared funds can seize it, propelling themselves forward, while others are left unable to capitalize. This crucial difference in foresight and preparedness explains why wealth often compounds for some, while others struggle to even maintain their ground. Number 9. The credit card misuse, funding consumption, not investment. A significant divergence in financial strategy lies in the deployment of credit. The fundamental guideline is straightforward. If borrowing money for an acquisition won't demonstrably increase your net worth or generate a return exceeding the debt itself, then the transaction is ill-advised. Credit should exclusively serve as a catalyst for investment, a means to propel you forward. Resist the impulse to finance ephemeral luxuries like trending fashion items or the latest smartphone. Unless that designer apparel is a profitable resale venture, or that phone is a vital tool for developing a revenue-generating application, such purchases should never appear on your credit statement. Instead, cultivate the discipline to earn the funds first, then spend. True masters view borrowed capital as a strategic instrument for expansion and asset creation, never merely a pathway to immediate gratification and mounting liabilities. Number 10. The delayed start. Waking up late and lacking early initiative. A common thread among those navigating financial hardship is, statistically, a tendency towards less early life initiative. While this observation might provoke discomfort for some, the data supports it. Individuals who actively dedicate their formative years to personal and professional development are significantly less likely to face persistent financial limitations later on. Conversely, a pattern of late rising, neglecting self-education, and squandering time on unproductive activities can lead to a widening gap between your capabilities and the demands of the world, ultimately fostering discontent. The ironic truth is that those who bypass early growth often find themselves toiling far harder with minimal returns simply to stay solvent in their later years. Consider the titans of success today, from Bill Gates to Elon Musk to Warren Buffett. A consistent habit among them is an early start to their day, seizing every opportunity. This proactive drive is, in essence, the very heartbeat of the mastery effect. Number 11. The overlooked edge, underestimating personal presentation. What might seem like a trivial detail actually holds surprising weight. A significant portion of individuals striving for financial growth often overlook the profound impact of their personal presentation. Initially, this might sound superficial, but its relevance in today's economy is undeniable. Most contemporary roles thrive on human interaction and the successful exchange of value. Those who consistently neglect their personal appearance will, over time, find themselves at a distinct disadvantage compared to their peers. This isn't just about superficiality. It erodes trust, reduces willingness for others to engage, and has ripple effects across professional and even personal spheres. If others are reluctant to be in your presence, consider the opportunities you might miss. While it may seem simplistic, cultivating meticulous personal grooming and dressing suited to the occasion or your goal can be a foundational step towards success. For masters, understanding that perception is a powerful component of professionalism isn't just crucial, it's fundamental. Number 12. The isolated mindset, surrounding themselves with stagnation. For genuine masters, it's a fundamental understanding. Your trajectory in life is profoundly shaped by the 5 individuals you spend the most time with. If your closest circle primarily consists of those facing financial challenges, a simple question arises. Who then becomes the 5th? A subtle, yet powerful mechanism that keeps many in a state of struggle is their tendency to gravitate towards others who echo and reinforce their existing, often limiting beliefs. To truly ascend, you require companionship that ignites your ambition, propels you beyond your comfort zone, and demonstrates remarkable achievements themselves. Their progress serves as a powerful catalyst, urging you to surpass your current reality. If your social sphere remains unchanged from your earlier years, it's worth a serious reevaluation. Do not shy away from distancing yourself from complacent company and seeking out more invigorating connections. To do otherwise risks having your potential stifled by those who might seek solace in shared stagnation rather than your personal triumph. This concept, the deliberate cultivation of a supportive and ambitious environment, is a cornerstone principle of the mastery effect. Number 13. The comfort zone trap. Prioritizing immediate security over growth. A significant barrier to upward mobility for many lies in an overwhelming aversion to calculated risk, choosing predictable but low-reward paths instead. While it feels safe to cling to a familiar job, even if it barely covers the bills, or to avoid launching a new venture out of fear of failure, this mindset actively stifles potential. Wealth accumulation rarely happens by simply playing it safe. It demands stepping into discomfort and embracing opportunities that carry inherent uncertainty. True masters understand that stagnation is a greater threat than failure. They recognize that clinging to the known, solely for the sake of current security, often ensures a future that looks remarkably similar to a financially struggling present. The rich seek growth, which inherently involves navigating risk, while others remain trapped in the perceived safety of mediocrity, never venturing beyond what's comfortable. Number 14. The unplanned family, having children earlier and more frequently. Let's be direct. Raising children comes with a substantial price tag. While the initial steps can be enjoyable, many individuals overlook the immense financial commitment involved. To put it into perspective, in many developed nations, the cost of raising a child to adulthood can easily approach $250,000. Often influenced by education levels, surrounding environments, and other factors, those facing financial difficulties tend to have larger families, and at an earlier stage in life, compared to their wealthier counterparts. The affluent typically defer starting families until their financial stability and living standards are well established, ensuring an optimal environment for their children to thrive. In contrast, proceeding without such planning often leads to immediate and prolonged financial strain. When the focus shifts to simply staying afloat, achieving consistent financial success becomes an incredibly difficult, if not impossible, feat. This isn't a moral judgment, but a critical observation on strategic financial foresight. Number 15. The dependency mindset, believing others owe them success. Understand this fundamental truth. The world has no inherent obligation to you. No one does. Whether you accept it or not, your journey is largely your own to navigate. You are the sole architect of your life's unfolding. It's common for youthful optimism to paint a picture of inevitable success, but then reality intervenes. The world we inhabit champions excellence, and excellence is forged by those who possess an unyielding spirit, a relentless commitment to learning, a capacity for constant adaptation, and a deep understanding that personal challenges are their responsibility to conquer. Masters confront obstacles directly. While on this path, you might indeed encounter like-minded individuals who become allies, sharing portions of your journey. Absent this self-driven approach, however, you risk joining the majority destined for stagnation. This unwavering self-reliance is the defining characteristic of the mastery effect. We understand this video spanned a considerable length, yet we genuinely hope its insights prove valuable on your personal path to mastery. Should you identify someone who might benefit from reflecting on any of these 15 observations, consider sharing this video as a meaningful gesture. Now, we turn to you. In your view, what other habits or mindsets impede financial advancement, and how do successful individuals navigate them differently? What additional points would you contribute to this discussion? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If 15 habits keeping you poor that the rich avoid resonated with you, show us by hitting that like button, subscribe to the Mastery Effect for more transformative thoughts to propel you forward, and make sure you ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next powerful discussion. Until then, keep mastering your journey.